I'm gonna watch some videos of some other individuals that have already done what I plan to do, and that's also done what you guys plan to do.
Trust me, like, it's been tough. Really though, it's so nuts. Coming from a kid that wanted to end it, feeling low at so young, having these thoughts quite sickening to.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ricky Ricardo from Unrestricted. Boom. I'm gonna watch some videos of some other individuals that have already done what I plan to do, and that's also done what you guys plan to do. So hopefully we can get an insight and walk through the shoes of the individuals that have embarked and completed what we plan to do and are at where we are going. I'm just gonna watch through the video and see if there's anything I can pick up, if I feel how they felt, or if there's any similarities. So the video is from bodybuilding.com. The weight loss transformation is done on a guy called Darnell Greenidge, and it's about his weight loss transformation. So let's check it out.
I was depressed because, you know, I would look in the mirror, and if I had to take off my shirt, I wouldn't try to look in the mirror. I would try to get dressed as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I totally understand. I've been there. You know, when you are about to get intimate with an individual, it comes to that awkward moment where you know that, yeah, I'm gonna have to remove some layers. It's always like an anxious time, especially for the first time. I totally understand where Darnell's coming from. Even down to, you gotta kind of plan how you're gonna dress. You know, you don't want to wear nothing that is too close, that shows too much.
Put the towel on. I didn't want to look at myself. I didn't see Darnell. I saw what I've ruined. Childhood, since I can remember, I've always been the biggest person that I know. I was always the biggest friend. I was always the person that was introduced as the fat kid or somebody that was out of shape. If I played sports, I was the last person picked.
Yep, exactly the same, like literally. So far, it's literally, we're paralleling right now. Always the big kid, the unfit kid, big teenager, unfit teenager, big adult, unfit adult, up until I hit my turning point, but totally relate.
Once I knew my son was on the way, I was 17 years old. I didn't know how to take it. So at that point, the main thing that I've coped with my whole life was food. So what I began to do for the next 9 months to a year, I ate. At the end of the night, I ate. I had all my sweets, I had all my snacks, I had all my juices, and I began to hibernate as I did before. I thought about eating all day long because that was what brought me peace at the time. That is when I felt comfortable. That's when I felt like I was myself.
I really relate. And you know, the worst thing about having a bad relationship with food, being an emotional eater, is that the worse you get, the bigger you get, the more unhealthier you get, the less you want to be seen. You do, in the words what Darnell said, you hibernate, and you don't feel comfortable in clothes, let alone your own skin. So yeah, you hide.
So throughout the day, it was me just trying to endure. So put on this face, act a certain way from 9 to 5, and then after the sun goes down, I'm alone, and then I can begin to eat, and I can begin to cope with how I feel inside.
Yeah, that's the truth. Your food becomes a pillow. Food becomes your best friend. Crave the food. But then, you know, the reason why we're really craving the food is because it's releasing all of the good hormones, the positive hormones, the reward hormones, the happy hormones. So that's the only time we actually feel good. We're not feeling good any other way. You know, no one's telling us how nice we are. No one's telling us how good we look. We're not doing exercise. We're not doing drugs, even though food can be used as a drug because of the way that it releases the reward hormone, dopamine hit. The reason why we crave food, it's not necessarily for the taste, it's basically how the food's gonna make us feel. That's the reason why we crave these foods. It's an addiction, it's the escapism, that's what it is.
I knew what I was capable of, but every time I looked in the mirror, I'm saying, you're gone, and this is you now, and accept who you are, and it's time to go eat. You're a size 48 pants, you have loose skin, you have breasts, whatever the case may be, it will be a reason why I wasn't going to move forward with the weight loss because number one, no one cares. Number two, I can't go back. I can't lose 100 pounds. Being at my heaviest, what bothered me the most was probably being on that roller coaster and everybody's getting latched on and it's time to go on Nitro at Six Flags. I thought mine was latched on, of course, and they're doing their check before you can go. And they try to push mine down, and he pushes it down, and it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't latch. And then he gets somebody else. So now I have two people trying to latch down one human being. They couldn't do it, and they tell me nicely, you can't get on this ride. And that was probably one of the worst experiences of my life. It was all eyes on me just because of my size. And I did it to myself.
When you're big, you're always fearful of embarrassment. You never know when you're gonna get embarrassed again. Normal situations for non-big people, they don't have to think ahead of certain things. To go out to a theme park, people can just go out to the theme park and, jump on a ride and do this and jump on a swing or do whatever. Where when you're big, you have to kind of size it up. All of a sudden you was excited on the way there, then when you get there and you size things up and you come to the realization that you can't fit in certain things, that's when you have to kind of lower your energy, drop your energy and be like, oh yeah guys, got a headache, I'm not really feeling well. No, you guys have fun. Yeah, I'll hold your jackets, don't worry, I'll hold your jackets. No, I don't even really like this place anyway. I don't really like fun fairs. I don't really like theme parks. I don't like it anyway. But really, you're dying inside. You're dying inside. So you have to plan ahead to avoid embarrassment. Even stuff like eating in public. Everybody needs to eat regardless of your size. Right? When I was really overweight, eating in public was one of the worst things ever. No matter how hungry I was, I could have been out for the whole day. But I just didn't want to eat in public to be judged that, hey, the fat guy's eating. You got to plan ahead to avoid embarrassment. Always.
I was a full-time father, and I became a part-time father. And I had a house. I lost the house. And I was sleeping in my car for about 2 days straight. And I finally came to my mom and told her, I don't know how to start, how to begin life. I never had my health, so everything was gone at that point. And I was crawled up on my mom's living room floor, crying in the ball, didn't know where to go. When I moved in with my mom, she's big on giving me guidance and pep talks, and she won't leave me alone. But she also told me to go to the gym, because I told her, I'm trying to figure out how to become a better man, and she says, just go to the gym. And I'm thinking, that has nothing to do with anything. She gave me a 7-day pass, and me and my friend went to the gym probably that week. When I walked into the gym, it's never a good experience when you're the big guy in the gym.
Yeah. The anticipation of going to the gym is never a good feeling. But once you get to the gym, you realize that everybody's in there to do the same thing, to change something, to progress something, to make something better. The initial thought of going to the gym, you feel it. You're like, man, I don't want to go there. People are going to be looking at me. They're going to judge me. They're going to laugh at me. They're going to point. They're going to embarrass me. But then realistically, no one cares. No one cares. And not in a bad way. I mean, in a good way. Like, no one's there to judge you. They don't even notice you. Yeah, and shout out mum. Shout out mum. That was some good advice. Shout out mum.
And even though I was the big guy, I had a good time. And I felt like something made sense. I kind of like this. And I went on bodybuilding.com, and they had this transformation contest. And I said, that's interesting. Something made sense at the gym, and then I go on bodybuilding.com, and I need to transform, and they're doing this contest. So that's what really gave me the extra spark to say, this is my route, this is my path. To break a habit of over 20 years wasn't easy. So I just continued to stick with what I needed to do. And if I got weak, I would have a blueberry. That was like my sweet snack, because at the end of the night, I always like a sweet snack.
He didn't change the routine of eating something sweet. He just replaced the item of the sweet thing, changed the type of sweet thing, changed his mindset.
My setbacks would be planned. So if I knew that I was close to a breaking point, I would plan a day where I would go to a buffet every 2 to 3 weeks. that would be my time where I would indulge, and that would put me back on a straight and narrow, because when you eat well for so long and you eat something so unhealthy, you pay for it. It makes you miss eating the healthy foods, and I never thought I'd actually say that.
And he had a strategy, he had a contingency plan, he had a safety net. He was hitting a breaking point. The protocol, his training or dieting, or him having to be disciplined was failing because his willpower was getting weaker, but a planned safety net. He indulged, got it out of his system, and that topped up his willpower so he can go on for another 2 to 3 weeks.
My setbacks would be planned. So if I knew that I was close to a breaking point, I would plan a day where I would go to a buffet every 2 to 3 weeks. That would be my time where I would indulge, and that would put me back on a straight and narrow, because when you eat well for so long and you eat something so unhealthy, you pay for it. It makes you miss eating the healthy foods, and I never thought I'd actually say that.
When you eat well for so long, as he said, you don't even like how you feel. Like, you feel tired, you feel sluggish, your stomach hates you, the toilet loves you. Yeah, it's really, you don't feel good. So you start to ask yourself, exactly what is so good about this food? Why do I do this to myself? Eating bad food at times is almost the equivalent of self-harm. Seriously, especially when you've eaten well and it's like you're fine-tuning yourself and you're putting these great, amazing sources of energy into you. Then you go to eating crap and you're like, this didn't even do what it was supposed to be doing. I feel more tired now. I feel weird, I feel dehydrated, I feel sick. Like, why would I even do this to myself? So yeah, he's totally right.
The more weight I lost, the more confidence I had. The more me and my son's relationship improved. My finances improved. I live with my mom. All of a sudden, I had my own place. And the more I pushed myself to the next level, the more life made sense. And that's all I really wanted at the end of the day, was life to make some sort of sense. I lost all of my weight in about a good year and 2 months. The lowest I got was 160 pounds, size 32 waist. My son's name is Trey. He's 7 years old and he talks a hole in my ear, but he's the light of my life. Prior to me transforming, going outside and doing all those activities, it wasn't something I enjoyed. I only see him certain days of the week, but we go outside every single time. And whether we're running together or playing basketball, that is our peace, that is our haven. And I guess I would have never seen me finding peace outside with my son, and it's has improved our relationship drastically.
You know, the beauty of it is that the relationship between him and his son has grown because he is confident. When you're overweight, you want to hide, you want to be inside, you don't want to do stuff outside, you don't want to move, you don't want to run, you don't want to play. You know, you feel self-conscious, you don't want to. But then him losing the weight, he's allowed to be a kid again and do kid stuff with his kid. And yeah, the level of bonding between him and his son must be amazing.
I feel like I am liberated. When you lose weight, you just expect to look a little different. You expect to look different in your clothes. But you don't expect your life to be different. And my life is drastically different. It's like chipping away at a brick wall. Once you chip away long enough, that wall goes down. And it may take a while. But once it goes down, that light comes in. Life falls into place. Life fell into place for me. That's why I haven't stopped. It's not because I'm a nutrition freak. I still love wings. But I also love my son more. And I love my life more. I love my new life more.
You know, it's almost as literally as if you live 2 different lives. It's crazy because you are the same person on the inside, right? But people look at you different, they treat you different. You know, it's crazy. It is literally like living 2 lives. Being noticed or not even noticed, depending on the context of who's looking at you, to being noticed, considered. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, congratulations, Darnell Greenidge. Greenidge. He did it. It took him time. He was struggling for years, and he hit that turning point, and he turned around with aggression, you know, and he done it. And you know, with the help of mum and his friend that helped him go to the gym or supported him through going through the gym, he did it. He's staying consistent. He feels alive now. People are treating him different. He feels different. He is different. He's happy now. He's liberated through his experiences. So yeah, that's the story. And there's gonna be plenty more like this to come on this channel, to help motivate you, to help inspire you, to give you another reason, to help give you your spark, to help give you that turning point, to let you know that it is possible. Not only a chosen few can do it, no superheroes, or it's not for a secret special person. Weight loss can be done by anyone. You just have to hit your turning point and don't turn back. That's it. If you like this video and you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. Share this video with anyone that you feel needs to see it. Anyway, I'm signing off. It's your boy, Ricardo from Unrestricted. Boom.
Trust me, like, it's been tough. Really though, it's so nuts. Coming from a kid that wanted to end it, feeling low at so young. Having these thoughts quite sickening to mention. Nearly broke, but rose up. Durable to the shock like suspension. Let me insert like a tendon. But first, can I get your attention? Show a hand in this place for attendance.